What's up, Space Monkeys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden, and I'm going to do at least 3 episodes today. This first one's about Biden and how pathetic he is, which I usually do one a day of that. And then you definitely want to tune in for the last one of the day, where I'm going to be absolutely laying out TYT, and particularly Cenk and Anna, for dumb shit that they've done in the last day. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So this first episode is going to be about, it looks like the Democrats have abandoned their second chance at doing budget reconciliation. Now, I saw this on Secular Talk with Kyle Kalinske, and he was referencing Jake Sherman on Twitter, talking about 3 or 4 sources that are on the inside of the Democrats that have referenced this, but I haven't seen it in an article yet, so we'll see if it's legit or not. But it sounds like something they do. So if you guys know anything about what's been going on, the Democrats have a majority in Congress and the White House. They can get anything done that they want if they just go through what's called budget reconciliation, which we're allowed to do usually once a fiscal year. And that means you only need a majority in the House and a simple majority in the Senate, which means 50 votes, which we have, and then Kamala Harris would break the tie. She's a Democrat, kinda. She would break the tie, and we could get anything done that we wanted as long as we were willing to overrule the Senate parliamentarian on what she's willing to allow into a budget reconciliation bill. But she's already ruled that we can use budget reconciliation twice this fiscal year. Okay? We already used it once for the last $1.9 trillion rescue bill, and we could use it one more time for either the jobs plan or the family plan or an infrastructure bill or whatever. So they're currently working on that, and it looks like Biden, for no reason at all, is abandoning a second shot at getting a bill passed that would help millions of people in this country. So I'm going to read you from Jake Sherman here. News and at Punchbowl News this AM, Senate Democrats are now unlikely to try using the fiscal year 2021 budget resolution to put together another reconciliation package, according to 3 sources close to the issue. This is important because it tells us a lot about the Senate's timing. If you remember, Parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough ruled that the Senate Democrats can use the same budget resolution to pass multiple majority vote reconciliation packages, according to Chuck Schumer's office. Democrats used the fiscal year 2021 budget resolution to pass the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan in March, and they could use it again. But senior Democrats privately don't believe they can finish work on a second reconciliation package using the 2021 budget resolution by the end of the fiscal year, which is September 30th. So that's 4 months from now. And they've been, dragging their feet on this stuff like crazy, acting like the Democrats are acting like they've been handcuffed since Joe Biden got into office. Nonsense. They're counting on you, the people, to be too dumb to know that they have a majority and they can get anything they want done if they simply use the budget reconciliation process and overrule the parliamentarian or fire her, like Bush did to get his tax cuts. The parliamentarian said that can't be in a budget reconciliation bill, and they said, fuck you, kick rocks, you're done, we're going to hire somebody that agrees, and they did, and they got what they wanted. Biden could do the same thing with Elizabeth McDonough, and he doesn't. And what makes this worse is that we don't always get 2 shots at this in a fiscal year. That was an exception. We gave them an extra strike, or an extra chance, and they're not even taking it. Biden is so fucking pathetic, and if you voted for him, shame on you. So this is by design, guys. The donors that own the Republicans are the same people that own the Democrats. The Democrats don't want to get anything good done, so they are looking for every excuse in the book. That's what the parliamentarian is an excuse not to get anything done. Not wanting to overrule the filibuster so we can get something done through normal order. That's a way to scapegoat and allow yourself somebody to blame for not getting anything done. So if you're noticing a pattern here, guys, all the Democrats are doing is they want to get exactly what the Republicans want done, but they have to put up the facade that they're actually fighting, so they just make up excuses and say, well, we are fighting, but we just can't overrule the parliamentarian. Or we are fighting, but just, Joe Manchin or whoever, Senate Democrats aren't for filibuster reformation or whatever. And then they just constantly say, well, we can't do anything because our hands are tied because of this tiny little thing that you've never heard of before. You want to know why you've never heard of it before? Because the Republicans don't ever need to worry about the parliamentarian. They get what they want. They just overrule the parliamentarian and they get exactly what they want. They don't have to worry about the filibuster if they have a majority. They get what they want because they're willing to play politics and they actually fight for it. And Biden is putting the last nail in the coffin for the Democrats in 2022. That's what this is. Giving up on the second budget reconciliation bill that could easily get us a great, infrastructure plan that was a first step to the Green New Deal, and the PRO Act included, which you'd overrule the parliamentarian again to get the PRO Act in there. If you wanted to, you could come up with an FDR-like infrastructure bill or jobs plan that would actually help this country, but you guys aren't actually like FDR. You keep telling everybody that Biden's the next FDR, and he does exactly the opposite of what FDR would do. So you're full of shit. The Democrats are just looking for a scapegoat to blame until 2022. Then they'll tank on purpose, by the way. They're trying to lose in 2022 because then it gives them an excuse for the next 2 years until Biden's up for re-election that they can't get anything done because they'll just say, we're getting stonewalled by the majority of the Republicans in the Congress. So they're trying to make a bunch of little excuses right now to get nothing done while they have a majority and they can get anything they want done. They don't need a single Republican vote ever. They can get anything they want done if they want to. They're making excuses why they can't right now so that they can lose in 2022 because they're not doing anything for the people. They will lose. And then they'll have the ultimate excuse, and then they can just sit back and, do nothing even more so from 2022 to 2024. And it also sets Biden up for, or Harris, to get absolutely shellacked by either Trump or Ron DeSantis in 2024. This is what happens when you put somebody like Biden in, guys. Anybody that voted for him, I would be absolutely ashamed. I'd be, disgusted with myself at this point. Because all the Berners tried to warn you guys. If you put Biden in there, we're going to lose the midterms because he's not going to do anything, and then we're probably going to hand the presidency back to Trump. But you're like, no, we have to put in the moderate Republican because we don't want the fascist in there. We don't want fascism. Yeah, but if you put somebody in there that's weak, that isn't going to move away from fascism, but just kind of puts the veneer of, centrism on an actual fascist, like Biden is, you just don't help the people enough so that they turn back to somebody like Trump or Ron DeSantis, who would be even worse. Just like Trump in terms of, rhetoric, but actually smart enough to, navigate the political waters and get what he wants done. And that will be on Biden and his admin, and it'll be on all the Biden voters when that happens. It's too bad. It really is. We tried to warn you. But he keeps up this stuff. If he does not get something done by September through budget reconciliation, they're toast in the midterms. They're likely toast in 2024. And they're not going to do dick from 2024 or 2022 to 2024. We were given an extra shot. You usually only get one shot at budget reconciliation a fiscal year. We were given two, an extra shot, and we didn't even take it. This is beyond pathetic. And even worse than that, it's pathetic by design, so that they can lose in 2022 and then have the ultimate scapegoat to keep doing what they're doing, which is nothing for the next 2 years after that. And thank a Bidenite today. Thank a Bidenite for putting him in there. Could have had Bernie. We would have won the 2022 midterms. We'd have a public option, $15 minimum wage. We'd be on the right side of Israel-Palestine. But no. Gotta put the more electable one in there. Gotta put the electable guy. I'm fucking sick of Bidenites, man. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that. This is the Democrats giving up when they don't even have to give up. They're waving the white flag and they have no reason to. We tried to warn you. I tried to warn you. Keep fighting the good fight out there, guys. I'll talk to you later.